just want to say, like, I literally fell into like a coma when I saw the price of this. Hey guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm very excited for today because today we're doing a freaking brand review. We're doing another brand review. We're knocking these out of the dang park. We're talking about Victoria Beckham Beauty, and I'm really excited because I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but I feel like it's a brand that a lot of people have questions about, kind of like in the same vein of Westman Atelier, strictly because of price point, not necessarily because everyone, you know, views them as similar, because I don't think that's the case at all. But in terms of price point, they're definitely both on the higher end in terms of pricing. And I think anytime something's like up there in price, although I do believe Victoria Beckham Beauty is cheaper than Westman Atelier for most, if not all of their products. Whenever something's super expensive, I'm like, but tell me, do I need it? Is it worth it? Should I try it? I'm always so intrigued because like there has to be a reason for that price point. And a lot of the time it is packaging. I'm not gonna lie, for a lot of the time it's packaging. Sometimes it's, you know, specific to something else, but I really was intrigued. So I grabbed a ton of the products. I've been testing them for a really long time now. I have their newest launch, which is very exciting. And I don't have everything. I grabbed the products that I thought that you would have the most questions on, and that I had the most questions on as a consumer. So I was like, oh, if I have these questions, I'm assuming someone else does. But if you want to see me review some of their other products that I don't have in this video, let me know down below, and I can definitely grab those and test those out for you guys as well. And we can do it to part 2. Because part 2s are always fun. But I just want to jump in and get started because I'm really excited about this review and have a lot to say and a lot of swatches to get to, and I'm really excited. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's jump into this Victoria Beckham Beauty review. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited, so let's get into it. I'm just gonna grab and go. I'm not gonna do this in any particular order. So first things first, let's do this. Let's do the mascara. I was really interested in their mascara because specifically their wand. I was like, hold up, honey. So it's a small wand, and it seemingly does nothing in the sense of how small the wand is, if that makes sense. I've had mascaras before though that have a really small wand that were really, really great. So it doesn't mean that it's not going to be good. It's just like when you see it, you're like, but what is she going to do? So this is a small traditional style brush with really, I mean, you can barely see the bristles, like tiny, bristles. And this is a really, really interesting formula. So if you are the type of person that likes a little bit more minimal mascara, you don't like super intense volumizing, because it does do a little bit of volumizing and it definitely does some lengthening. It definitely does something. It's not like you're slapping it on and you're like, but where did she go? That's not the case with this, but it definitely isn't like super intense by any means. I don't necessarily feel like I need to clean off the wand with this one. I do though prefer it because the bristles are really shallow on the brush. Sometimes there are like pockets of product that collects, and I prefer to clean that off just so that I don't have to worry about any flaking that kind of can, because like if the product collects like at the top or the bottom of your lash ends, then like by the end of the day there might be a little bit of flaking. I just prefer to do that, but you don't have to do that. I don't find that this smudges. I do find that I like to wear it on my bottom lashes and it looks really nice. And because the wand is so small, it doesn't pile up too much product, so I don't have like spidery looking bottom lashes. I know that's like a thing people like. It's just not my personal preference for every day. This is really, really interesting too because you don't need makeup remover to remove it. Let me say it again for the people in the back who might not have heard me. You do not need makeup remover to remove it. You can just use warm water. And it kind of removes exactly like a tubing mascara, but you don't need to use makeup remover. You don't need to use micellar water, whatever it is that you use. You can just remove it with water. Now, if you do it with water, you just need to be like diligent. it comes off with water easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, you're not gonna have like an issue of like, you know, with waterproof mascara where you feel like it's on for weeks. You just need to be diligent when you're removing it, because if not, it does kind of stay on a little bit more if you're not really making sure you're rubbing. I don't love to rub at my eyes with anything, so I prefer to just go on with like a cotton pad with remover on it. But this is really, really nice. I do really like it, but this is more of a day mascara for me. I would not recommend it if you like something that's super, super intense. Okay, next, you know what? Let's do lips. So I've talked about these before, but I can't stop and I won't stop, and I don't know where my red one is of these, which is really disappointing, but that's okay. The Victoria Beckham lip liners. I talked about this a million times. I'm genuinely obsessed with them, and they're so good. So I have two shades here. There's a red one too, and I do not know the number for that, but there's only one red one, so if you go on the website, you can find it easily. So I have the shade 04 and 05. So 05 is actually what I'm wearing today. Let me apply a little bit more so you can kind of see. Wait, is this 05? So far, yeah. So this is the brownie tone. I want to swatch it on my hand for you guys too. This is like just so good. Just so good. Like, are you kidding me? Ugh, it's so good. So this is the shade 05. This is the brownie tone. There's even a deeper dark, like a darker brown, but this is like, I cannot. If you like Marc Jacobs Eau Coco, this is a great recommendation. It's not a perfect dupe, but it's a great alternative. And this is the shade 04. So you can see it's definitely more brown and pink brown. The pink brown, oh, I'm obsessed with it. Like this, like every day, like the 04 every day is such a good lip color for me. It's not super Barbie pink. I don't feel like Pepto-Bismol threw up on my face. It's not super like intense on me because I feel like in general, not all lip liners have been created with people of color in mind. These are really, really good. I highly recommend. They last super, super long on the lips. They don't dry out a lot. They look gorgeous with glosses on top. They make other lipsticks last longer. And if you're looking for a lip liner if you watch my wedding makeup video, I've used Eau Coco as my lip liner, and then I used the Kosas Vegas on top. This looks beautiful and literally looks basically identical. The combo looks basically identical if you use this instead of Eau Coco. It's gorgeous and it gives you just the most beautiful nudie lip color. Really, really like these. I honestly can't say enough good things about these. I'm very, very impressed, and I would say I don't think every lip product is necessarily worth spending a little bit more money on, but I will say with lip liners, I definitely think that these are worth it. If you want alternatives to these, I would recommend the Mented lip liners. I have a whole video where I talk about these comparably to the Mented lip liners. I have a whole like clean beauty lip liner video, and there are colors that are great alternatives to this in that if you don't really want to spend the money on these, the Mented lip liners are also incredible. I highly recommend those. Okay, next I want to move on to these. These are their lip stains. Now the packaging, Victoria Beckham packaging is just like so in like luxurious feeling. This has a really beautiful, like, I don't know if you can hear, you can see kind of like a tortoisey style kind of, I don't even know if you would call that tortoise. Actually, I would kind of call that tortoise, like just so pretty, so intense, like very heavy, luxurious feeling packaging. And I have the two shades, the shade Amour and the shade Bisou. I believe Bisou means kiss in French. So this is the shade Amour, and I'm just gonna swipe that on the back of my hand here. This is just such a pretty shade. Just so pretty. Look at that. Ugh, so just gorgeous. And then next is Bisou. And this is like just gorgeous, like very intense, beautiful berry. If you can see the difference. I hope I swatched this good enough so that you can kind of see the difference here that you can see. So this is Bisou and this is Amour, and Amour is more of like an apricot nudie tone. These are really, really great. Now I know a lot of people don't like lip stains. Fair. Hella drying. Always the most drying. Like lips flaking off. Like I don't even have lips left after. These do not. Like they're not drying. Now I'm not necessarily a lip stain fan all the time because I pick at my lips, but also I generally like suffer from very chapped lips. So the parts that are chapped, like the like lip skin has kind of been like, if you pick at your lips or whatever, you remove it, that like part of your lip becomes more intensely stained. But these are really, really great, super, super pretty. And I mean, I'm obsessed with these, and the shades are beautiful. Again, like you can just, and they stay like hydrating. They stay so, so well, and they layer really, really nicely on top of the lip liners. Let me see if I can layer one on top. What would look pretty? Let's maybe do a more on top of 05. Let me just grab this. Here. There we go. And just layer this on top. It's really, really pretty. So this is so pretty. I'm just like obsessed. It's just like so gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Ugh, it's so good, and the colors are gorgeous, and they, depending on the tone of your lips, obviously they'll look more intense, less intense, whatever it is, and they are just really, really pretty and super hydrating. I really, really like them a lot. And if you like get kind of nervous about how, if you're like me and you kind of get nervous with how stains wear on your lips because of like chapping or whatever it is, like cracked lips, wearing them on top of a lip liner or something like that is great, and they are hydrating. I really do enjoy them. Okay, next let's move on to cheeks, face. So I'm gonna go and do bronzer because I've already kind of hit on this. So I'm gonna hit on this really, really quickly. I have the shade 03 in their bronzer, and I really, really enjoy it. So it has two shades here, if you can tell. One is definitely more on the matte side. This definitely has a little bit of sheen to it. I'll swatch both of these on the back of my hand for you. So we'll do kind of, that is a terrible swatch. I should not be allowed to swatch things. We're gonna do, so this is just the plain bronzer shade, and this is the more shimmery kind of shade, and just so you can kind of see what they look like. Really, really pretty. It looks like it would be light on me, but it actually isn't. Now, if you're looking for something that wears similar to this and isn't as expensive, then I would definitely suggest the Ilia bronzers. Gorgeous. They have thankfully improved their shade range, and also LYS Beauty has a gorgeous shade range, and they melt into the skin a similar way to this and a similar way to this. This is really great. But if you know, I think a lot of it with Victoria Beckham Beauty and Westman Atelier is packaging, and if you like that really luxurious feeling packaging, it's not for everyone. And is this the best bronzer on earth? No, it's a really, really good bronzer, but I can name other options that are cheaper, but I still really, really like this, and I definitely recommend it if you're someone who likes, you know, great packaging, just a mirror that is like, it's just heavy, it's heavyweight, it feels luxurious when you're putting it on, because a lot of the time when it comes to beauty products, when stuff is super, super expensive, it just gives you that luxe feeling, and it feels great to apply it, and it makes you feel special, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other products out there that are as good, if not better, if that makes sense. It's all personal preference. It's all what you like. And then lastly, I want to talk about their blush. Now, I just want to say, like, I literally fell into a coma when I saw the price of this. Okay, I think the price of this was $42, and like, look at the size. Honey baby sweetie. Who are you taking for a ride? Not me. Well, you took me because I bought it, but like, that's crazy expensive for how big it is. I just want to show you comparably to the lip, like just the lip stain, like this is the size, or even the mascara, this is the size. Do I have another mascara around here? I have so many products in front of me right here. Okay, let's get the Jones Road Beauty mascara, so you can just see side by side what the mascara sizing is. It's just like a standard, not super big tube at all, just like your classic, even a little bit skinny, a little bit skinnier. And so side by side, this is the sizing. So I'm just gonna leave that there. How many ounces are in this? I don't know, but it's definitely not a lot. So the shade that I got in this is the shade Playground. Now, I had a hard time deciphering. I said this once, I'll say it again. Like, can we get some accurate swatching? Like, when I swatch this on my hand, hold on, let me find what the swatch is online, and I'm going to swatch it on my hand for you, and then you're going to tell me if this looks accurate to you, because I don't think it is. The shade Playground swatched is the shade in the middle here, which I feel like the lighting is going to make it look crazy. I was really confused with the shades, but I really was interested in the description because this is kind of like a terracotta nude. They described it as that. But it has like a weird, almost gold undertone to it in the picture. Let me show you what it looks like on me. You guys. Again, it's the middle shade. Let me try to zoom in again. The middle shade. Please, please. I don't even know how, and like this is like my ideal blush shade. Like this is my ideal blush everyday shade. Anyways, I'm done talking about how I feel like no swatches ever match what they do in person. Like it's wild to me. But anyways, so this is a very small, like if you can see, like I could apply this as a lipstick, like size of the top here. This you can apply like straight to your cheeks. And then blend it out. I like to apply this with a brush. I don't like to use this with my fingers. I don't like to use this with a beauty sponge really. I like this with a brush. I like to use one of the Sephora Pro brushes and just kind of touch the top, or like, oh jeez, dropping stuff left and right. Applying this to the back of my hand and then applying it with a brush that way. And it gives like a beautiful flush to the face. Although this does look super, super light in the tube, and even in the swatching, it does give me a really nice, intense, natural flush to the cheeks. If you are someone who likes like a super, super intense blush, and something that like you'll have for a super long time, I wouldn't recommend this because you're definitely going to use this up. Like with other blushes, I would not say I would use them up, but this one I'm using up for sure. Because let me show you how much is in the tube. Okay, now that would be something that like I end up getting through for sure, whereas other blushes I do not feel that way. So like that is just off the bat what I'm gonna say. Do I like this blush? Yeah, I do like it. I like how it wears, and I like that it doesn't really necessarily pick up a lot of product when I apply it to the cheeks, which you cannot necessarily be said for other blushes. I like how rich and how luxe the colors look, specifically this one. I don't have the other ones, but like this definitely seemed to me like the least exciting one, but the one that I ended up getting because I wanted to see in terms of pigmentation, like where we at. But when I swatched it, you saw like she definitely is intense in the sense of like she gives pigmentation. So that is swatched, and then let me just show you. Blend it out with my finger. Like look at that pretty just flush to the cheeks, and when you apply it with a brush it is way more intense. It's really, really pretty. It definitely gives payoff, but again the pricing is just really, really up there, so you have to decide again if it's worth it for you, because you would definitely get through this. This isn't necessarily one that you'd be like have for eternity. I do really enjoy the brand. I do really enjoy their products. By far my favorite products are so far their lip products. I don't have all of them, but like to me they're just so freaking good. Like their lip liners are ones I will repurchase probably until the day that I die. Okay, that's just it. And their lip stains are really, really beautiful. I mean, look at that. Ugh, just like juicy gorgeousness. And they don't like slip and slide around the face. So for me, their lip products are definitely worth it. Yeah, that's it for my Victoria Beckham Beauty review. I would love to know, have you used these products? If you have, what are your thoughts? Do you think they're worth it? And which are your favorites? And also, are you as in love with their lip liners as I am? Because I can't stop, and I won't stop, and I can't wait. I just want to get all of them. Because if not all of them would look good on me, but seriously, they're so freaking good. Yeah, leave a comment down below, and let me know down below what other brands you would like me to review. If there's any that are crazy expensive that you're like, girl, honey, baby, sweetie, tell us if it's worth it. And if we need it, please let me know down below as well. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.